Let us examine some of the themes in Once Upon a Time, a poem by Gabriel Okara. Number 1. Distrust, deception, and insincerity. The speaker in the poem makes it clear that the societal norms favor false appearances, and people know deep within them that the words and actions put forth before them are insincere. Therefore, they search behind the facade to uncover the real person or the truth of the situation. This is captured in stanza 1, lines 1 to 6. The poem goes on to show that people lack genuine connection with each other, and this is the basis of distrust amongst them. Values that promote trust, connection, and sincerity have been eroded. Deception is the order, so people do not say what they think and do not show what they feel. This is also shown in stanza 2, lines 7 to 12. Number 2. Conformity to societal norms. Despite despising the insincerity and distrust it breeds, the writer admits conforming to the expectations to survive, so much so that he has to learn to wear different faces. He expressed this in stanza 4, lines 19 to 24. Deception has become normal and accepted as a way of life. The writer also admits to have learned the behavior and living it as a way of life. However, he is not oblivious of the effects of the attitudes he has adopted to himself and others around him. This he expresses in stanza 5, lines 28 to 32. The effect of the conformity described is so dire that the writer admits that over time he had forgotten what it is like to laugh, love, and share genuinely. He believes his laughs are now pretense, and he described it as showing teeth like a snake's bare fangs. He wishes to relearn to laugh with his eyes and shake hands with his heart. This he expressed in stanza 6, lines 33 to 39. These behaviors, the writer admits, are learned and have become what is accepted. There is a hint that the change in acceptable norm is a theme that comes with adulthood, and a hint that the change in general societal norms is due to an external factor. Whichever the case, it is clear that once upon a time it was not so. There was genuineness, individuality, sincerity, trust, and a lot more positive virtues. Number 3. Loss of innocence. The poem opens with "Once upon a time, son," clearly indicating that this reflection is being told to a younger person, a person who has not undergone the metamorphosis and still has childlike innocence. The writer affirms that he used to be like the son, but is no more. He also states that he wishes to become like the son again. To buttress the changes, effects, and desires, the poem closes with "Once upon a time when I was like you." It is evident throughout the poem that the message is for the son to see through life from the experience of a father. Childish things fade away as life happens. However, there are things considered childish that the writer affirms are the things that make life worth living, foster connection, and enable humanity to thrive and coexist in harmony. Those things can be seen in the warmth we share, how we laugh and greet each other. These, he says, have been lost and replaced with false faces and pretentious acts. He not only hints at the innocence of the son, but also tells of his loss of innocence and desires to regain the essence. You can see this in stanza 6, lines 33 to 39, and stanza 7, lines 40 to 43. Number 4. Cultural change. The opening and closing of the poem with the expression "once upon a time" shows clearly that there was a time when the things the author spoke about were not, and what he craved was. The different stanzas point to the loss of sincerity and authenticity as something that was eroded either by coming of age or by the influence of an external factor on the culture of the people. The writer displays sadness as he recounts the changes to the son, to whom the poem is addressed. Number 5. Nostalgia and longing for the past. The writer refers to the past in retrospect as a time when things were simpler and genuine. He describes the past as a time people laughed with their hearts. He makes the listener feel the warmth and the sense of belonging such a time created, which is now lost. He longed for this time so much that he wished to go back, to become who he used to be, to experience life again from that perspective. You can see this in stanza 6, lines 33 to 36. This links to the loss of innocence and has developed as the writer experiences life in his newly conformed self. Appraising the life he now lives and the one he used to live brought this yearning to the fore. He clearly states that he wishes to unlearn the attitudes that orchestrated the loss of the simplicity and authenticity of childhood and youth. Conclusion. The central theme in the poem Once Upon a Time is loss of innocence. Other themes include cultural change, conformity to societal norms, deception, and insincerity people show in interactions. The writer reviews his memories of how things were in his childhood and youthful days, and longs to go back to those days when things were simpler and more genuine. The writer with skill and experience wove together a piece to call attention to the erosion of values and the acceptance of false faith as a way of doing things. Did you identify other themes in Once Upon a Time besides the ones mentioned in this video? Let's hear from you in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.